graveyard to demonstrate.
Top Stuff Sweepstakes. You and a friend could spend 2 days at an NFL training camp, then 5 days relaxing in the Caribbean. Watch TNT for details and catch the NFL on TNT Sunday nights this fall.
Maybe you and I can go out.
He's the damn janitor.
The World Said No is brought to you by Coors Light, the one that won't slow you down. The Silver Bullet is the right beer now.
And welcome back to the Silver Bullet Stadium Show live from the Astrodome. That is the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. You're looking at Jimmy Johnson. Now, the Oilers and the Cowboys are going to be playing a little bit later on tonight, but we're talking more now about the latter. There's a new superintendent in Dallas. His name is Jerry Jones, in his second year of ownership with the team. Lots of enthusiasm for this club, lots of talent on the field, but so many questions, Kevin. First of all, has the ghost of Tom Landry been exorcised? Is Aikman the guy who's going to be able to mold all of these young, talented players together into a winner? Last year, you called them the team of the 90s.
Well, it is the 90s, isn't it?
It is.
But I think there was a caveat in this. The relationship between these two guys, the owner and the coach of the Dallas Cowboys, a little bit like a Plan B movie. 25 years later, college teammates reunite. Overnight, they repair and rebuild America's team. Along the way, Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones rewrite the handbook for operating a professional sports franchise. Friends? Well, definitely. But there is a lot more to the relationship that has restored competitive pride of the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. You've loosened him up, sir.
A lot of people think that we're buddy-buddy, and it's a friendship, but more than a friendship, it's respect for one another. We are not social friends. We have a little bit different type interests, so we're different personalities. I'm kind of a loner. Jerry is more out into the crowd and probably more outgoing than I am.
The coach and owner of these new Dallas Cowboys have used their friendship only as a starting point to get a jump on the competition.
Well, I really feel like it's an advantage that we have over the 27 other clubs. We talk about things and we gather a lot of information, but when it comes time to make a decision, the two of us make a decision. And that's why we're able to do things sooner and probably better than what some other clubs might do.
And while friendship is the foundation of the Cowboys' rebirth, the real keys have been common sense and constant communication. Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones keep talking all day, every day. And many big decisions have been made on the field. Because they answer only to each other, there is rarely any hesitation.
You know, we both talk back and forth enough to where eventually we're both feeling the same thing and we're going the same direction. I don't know that we've ever had an argument or really a major disagreement.
While Jerry is the owner and Jimmy is the coach, the friendship that has endured over the years makes this front office unique to the NFL.
There's trust there. I want to go over and talk about football to Jerry. Not that he's going to come up to me and say, Jimmy, run this play or play this play, or he's not going to do that. But, you know, he's going to listen to me, and I'm going to talk about the merits, the pluses of a player or the minuses of a player, and I'm going to bounce those ideas off of him, and he can kind of read through it all and help me make a decision about that particular player.
I've been trying to figure out whether I'm going to grab hold or just hang on.
You know, I respect him as a winner. I respect him as a guy that's going to make the organization successful. He respects me as a football coach. And so when you have that kind of feeling for one another, you're able to talk to one another and have a good feeling because you know that deep down, we both want the same thing.
The main man in that combination with us right now, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones. Welcome, Jerry.
Kevin, good to be with the Astrodome.
I have to let you off the hook here and give you an opportunity to say something about Jimmy. Now, there were some things that weren't in that piece that Jimmy said. He said back in college, you drove an old Cadillac. He said you were an out front type of guy. They knew you were going to make a lot of money. He said that you used to get into a lot of trouble together. You know, he wouldn't tell me exactly what it was. What about Jimmy Johnson in college at Arkansas? What kind of guy was he?
Well, you must have had him on truth serum or something that day when you were talking to him, but he was a get-it-done guy,
very, very bright, a lot of enthusiasm, looked at it positively, not negatively, but was also the kind of guy that when the rest of us had to study all night, he could look at it about 2 minutes before he went in the classroom and come out of there with an A or a B.
All right, he's still doing that. Let me take you back to draft day. There seems to be some question about the Rocket Ismail question. Now, you have Russell Maryland #1. You've said from the start he's the guy you wanted, but you did negotiate with the Rocket. Had you been able to make a deal with the Rocket, he fit into your profile, your speed profile, would you have taken the Rocket #1?
No, we wouldn't have. Russell Maryland was our man all the way. What we had planned to do was see the assignability or the signability of the Rocket, see if he could play in the NFL, see if it was serious in Canada. It was serious financially in Canada. I knew he wouldn't play in the NFL financially, so our plans were to sign him and then hopefully trade him.
All right, let me ask you this now. You've done so well in Dallas. The public relations have gone so well. You've won games. You've really gotten the people of Dallas back, but there's one remaining problem, that being the former coach of the Dallas Cowboys. You'd like to have Tom Landry back in the fold, would you not?
Well, really, I don't view that Tom Landry has ever gotten out of the fold as far as the Dallas Cowboys are concerned and the great tradition. I wouldn't have bought the Cowboys had it not been for the great tradition that he really made possible. I hope that Coach Landry and the fans can enjoy having him in the Ring of Honor someday.
Is there anything you would say to Tom Landry if you knew he was watching right now to get him maybe to come back to you guys a little bit?
Well, I'd hope he'd wish us luck, and I'm sure that he does. And certainly I would like for him and the fans to be able to enjoy and honor the great years that he coached the Dallas Cowboys and made the tradition that we're trying to build on and uphold right now.
Jerry, thanks so much. Good luck this season.
Thanks again.
Freddie?
Well, Jerry, thank you very much for joining us. We want to hear a little bit more about those, little things you did with Jimmy. We want to take care of that. Anyway, we're going to take a break and come back with some of the more burning questions we face in the coming season right after this. Stay with us.